China is killing religious and ethnic minorities and harvesting their organs, UN Human Rights Council told. Lawyers for Independent China Tribunal say UN member states have legal obligation to act.
Here's a summary of the article.
The Chinese government is harvesting and selling organs from persecuted religious and ethnic minorities on an industrial scale, the UN Human Rights Council will be told. In a speech at the Council's headquarters in Geneva on Tuesday, lawyer Hamid Sabi is expected to present the findings of the China Tribunal, an independent tribunal on allegations of forced organ harvesting. Mr. Sabi will tell the Council that UN member states have a legal obligation to act after the tribunal's final report in June found that the commission of crimes against humanity against the Falun Gong and Uyghur minorities had been proved beyond reasonable doubt. The China Tribunal was chaired by Sir Geoffrey Nice QC, a prosecutor at the International Criminal Tribunal for the former Yugoslavia who led the case against Slobodan Milosevic, and heard evidence from human rights investigators, medical experts and witnesses. China has repeatedly denied the use of unethical organ transplant practices, and said that it stopped using the organs from executed prisoners in 2015. ETAC is hoping its findings will prompt the Human Rights Council to open up a UN commission of inquiry into forced organ harvesting in China, said Susie Hughes, the organization's executive director. Victim for victim and death for death, the gassing of the Jews by the Nazis, the massacre by the Khmer Rouge or the butchery to death of the Rwanda Tutsis may not be worse than cutting out the hearts and other organs from living, blameless, harmless, peaceable people, he will tell the Human Rights Council.
This post received a score of 52,237, with an upvote ratio of 93%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
UN is useless for complaints against China. China can just veto any resolution. Well, the General Assembly can pass a resolution that China couldn't veto. But the only time that's happened on a major issue, from my limited knowledge, was in '51 when the General Assembly bypassed the Soviet Union's veto in the Security Council to condemn China's aggressive involvement in the Korean conflict. So in theory their veto could be bypassed. Does the USA have enough international goodwill to lead such a vote? Probably not. And probably not since 2001.
Also, General Assembly bypassed French and British veto in the Suez Crisis.
Don't even get me started on the Suez Canal.
Worst canal ever.
Maybe not a popular thought, but it's the best canal for pretending Russian ships are lost.
Damn it. Sergei got into the vodka again. As if there's any barrier to Russians having vodka anyway. Whenever I'm holding a bottle of vodka, it gives me the heebie-jeebies. There's no Russian in sight, it must mean he's behind me.
Privet.
Might need an auto TL, doctor here. This cancerous site is so loaded with ads I can't even scroll.
China confirmed to have started harvesting organs of prisoners starting about 15 years ago. Uyghur blood testing is confirmed, but sources have yet to conclusively prove the concentration camps are so China can harvest the organs of religious and ethnic minorities. It could be other nefarious things being done there.
When I used to live in the Bay Area around 2005 to 2009, these old Asian dudes would stand around in SF Chinatown with posters about illegal organ harvesting in China, especially in front of that one building in SF where you can apply for your visa to visit China. I couldn't read their posters because they were in Chinese characters and not English, but I have friends who do, so they would translate the posters for me. I used to think these guys were whack, crazy or anti-Chinese government. These dudes knew about the organ harvesting, since 2005 and maybe even earlier, and no one listened.
Likewise seen those posters on occasion in Vancouver as far back as 2008. Normally around the convention centre downtown. Thought it was just cult shit, but here we are.
Ditto Toronto.
Well, I don't disagree, but how can you act in the face of what is happening? All the world has to offer are stern words or appeasement. The truth is that the world should have reacted in the early 80s before China became the world's workbench. Everybody is surprised 40 years too late because it was convenient, but the truth is that China and its ideology have been doing this forever.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.